Hello and welcome to my October update from my garage railway. This update I'm mainly going to be focusing on this little area here, which I've just added some scenery to and popped in a tunnel mouth, which needs a lot of work. Now this is the top of my river, and then the river runs down waterfalls all the way down through under the viaduct and off out the corner here. But we recently as a family visited Houghton Mill, which is a working watermill. It's a National Trust watermill. We really liked it. We bought some flour. We tried to make some bread with it. It was awful. We decided, my son and I decided, we wanted to put a watermill on the layout, and this obviously by the river was the perfect place to do it. But this area we've got here is quite small actually, and if I modelled Houghton Mill exactly, and I measured it all out, it would be about 13 centimetres long, which would be this long, and about this wide, so it wouldn't fit in really. So I've taken a piece of card. This is 4 by 3, and we're going to put the watermill that we're going to model based on Houghton Mill right here. Now where the river course comes round here, you'll notice that a bit of a tight corner there, but I'm going to put it up on stilts so that the river will run underneath. I'm also going to remodel some of this area around here, so the actual wheel's going to be here, so there'll be a space here for traffic and stuff to come along here, and it's just going to be kind of in the middle of the water. Really, water around here. It should look quite nice. So I'm going to design this using SketchUp. Right, so this is Houghton Mill, a big beast of a thing. There's one picture there, one from the side there. It's got this nice kind of black cladding on it, which looks really nice. There's another one from the side there, really lovely, but very big. So what I've done, if I close that, is my design here, is I've taken some of the aspects of Houghton Mill and made it work for me. This is all on the very small scale, very small 3x4 size. So I've got the watermill at the side there, the wheel at the side, and I've put it up on these little posts so the water will run underneath. And then around here is shake your hands. Around here is a little bit that juts out really, and that will have more support under it as well, so it'll add a nice feature to the side. And I've taken this section here, and I've added that in because that was a nice feature, and that would be for hoisting up bags of grain to the top. So that's my watermill. I'm going to scratch build it using scale scenes kits, and hopefully it should look okay. And here is my finished mill. Sorry, I'm not very good for showing my progress as I go through doing things, but I'm quite pleased with it because it still needs a little bit of weathering here and there. And there's the water wheel at the other side there, and it's up on stilts there, as you can see that they'll need a bit of weathering as well. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. I've struggled getting it to fit into its spot, so what I've done is I've made this piece of cobble, so the mill will sit up here on that bit of cobble, and I'll show you how it will go. This piece will come in here. You notice it overhangs slightly, but that's all going to be remodeled so it goes in. The river runs along the back here, so here's the river course here, it goes down there, and the mill is actually going to sit on here, jutting out into the river, and then it goes back a little bit like that. So it's got its stilts there, so it's on stilts there. That's going to be quite muddy under there, and that's all going to be river coming through this way. And here is the road surface and cobbles that I can get a nice bit of wall here with the river running along behind. A nice bit here, down here I'm going to have mainly kind of like a concrete kind of foundation, but I'm going to remodel most of this hill so it cuts right the way up to here really, and I'm quite pleased with that. I'm looking forward to getting it all painted in and getting the realistic water in. And then this piece of wood here, this bridge viaduct of course runs off into here, and that will be a big old arch through there, or maybe a bridge that cars and lorries and whatnots can go along. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. On to other things, of course. I did build this here, this little cattle dock, and also I've also got a static grass applicator now, so I've been playing around with the static grass. I don't know if you can see any there. It's very small, it's only 1 and 2 millimeter with a couple of 4 millimeter pieces added in. There's a birch tree. Well, it's meant to be a birch tree, it's a very loose birch tree that I made there, and there is, so yeah, I started putting some static grass down, which I'm quite pleased about. I've tried to put in some mud effects where the cows would walk in and walk up to the cattle dock. It's going to have a lot more weathering, and also I'm tempted to put up a couple of little lights in there as well. So yes, I'm very pleased with that. I see my son's been at the door again, I might have to glue that closed. So it's slowly coming there. Oh, I don't know if I showed you this. This is I made this out of a wood veneer and chopped it up a bit so it looked a little bit more weathered. A little bit of green I can see there from a little bit of PVA that will need coating, and there's a little bit more weathering, a little bit more ballasting going along here. And this area here, I don't know if I've shown you this, if I can get my phone to focus. This is going to be under the arches, kind of lots of shops and stuff like that, workshops and stuff under the arches, a little fence coming along here. Also I've made this little goods thing, and this little water tower, I've probably shown you that already. So it is slowly coming along. This is going to have lots of buildings in this area, but I've not been able to get too much done this month because I've been very busy. But I'm very pleased. It's starting to come along, and hopefully next month I can show you even more progress. Okay.